Hi Manoj.
Hi, Aaron.
How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Papa. So hope you will join soon.
Okay. Manoj, you remember me, right? We talked about the project. Uh,
Yeah, then after
yeah,
that, you did the
yeah,
same thing,
man.
right?
Yeah, my system got crashed. I'm using the old
Ah,
Dell personal laptop. Last time, what I used to do is I use my company laptop, but there is a lot of restriction now. So I ordered the new one. I'm waiting for it.
ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. Once you are ready with that, let's
Yeah, we'll jump on that.
continue with something. Yeah. Uh, how is your office and everything? All good?
Yeah, now what? Yeah, everything is goes fine. Again, the cost reduction and everything, right? It's again the one more problem complication now.
Ah, yeah, everywhere it is like that.
Yeah, we have a contract for 5 years. So what they usually do is they, right?
Hey,
Hi,
Manoj.
Hi
Ravi. Hi,
Manoj,
Naveen.
Hey,
hello
Ravi.
everyone.
Hello.
I am Naman here. Okay,
Hi.
so we are enough. Okay.
So Manoj, we expect more people to join this bridge for today's discussion.
Yeah, we expect, but this time I am not sure because so we
Yeah.
have some other meeting, so that's why this is kept at this time.
Okay.
Let
Okay.
me still um the other group also maybe somebody can. So how is your project, Ravi? POC?
Uh, POC, yeah, I've started working on it. We are basically trying multiple things. So one solution that I'm trying to build is using Bedrock to see how we can exploit AWS for any services for building solution. The other POC I'm doing with Llama Cloud team. So I'm working with Llama Cloud company, and I'm seeing how effective their solution is, and if they are good, then we'll buy their licenses. Um, but so far, I have seen Llama Cloud is quite good, better than Bedrock. Um, so
Uh,
yeah,
uh, uh,
we'll have to evaluate both of them and then take a final call where our final solution will be built. Right. So,
okay.
just yeah, just for my knowledge, is anybody else working in this call on GenAI? Anything? Have you guys tried with GenAI?
Not really, but I have one use case. I had a discussion with Manoj. It's under
Hmm.
discussion now. It's
Yeah.
something like a backtracking. Uh,
Sorry, what was that? I missed it.
so I'm working on an application called IBM Planning Analytics. It's a huge
Okay.
application. So if user wants to know the particular value where it's comes from, so what I need to do is, the value came from a different direction. So it came from a text file, or user can upload, or the value can do it by the rules or process. So end of the day, if the user wants to know the particular intersection value where it's come from, I need to show them this values come from XYZ process or this text file and everything. That's I need to do.
Okay. Okay.
It's very initial phase. I didn't touch anything. So, meanwhile, my
Okay.
laptop got crashed. I can't do anything from that. Still working.
Uh, yeah. So you're using Mac Pro?
No, I didn't use Mac Pro. I using Lenovo. Uh,
Okay.
it's a old machine.
Because
Mac.
Mac
I'm not.
Pro only has GPU. Um,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Mac Pro,
where
you're
you
saying?
can. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
using Mac Pro for any local development if I have to, because that's the only laptop which has GPU for LLMs.
Okay,
But
got it.
Ravi, but in Mac Pro also you can only use one GPU, right? Or
Yeah,
how it is?
you
Yeah.
cannot. So in Mac Pro, you can the 7 billion will give you response. It will be slow,
Okay.
but beyond
Mm.
7 billion, you can't use models with more than 7 billion parameters. It will
Okay. Okay.
get hung.
So I have got the latest one, 128 GB. I've not tried it yet anything, but I heard
Yeah,
that that will support more than 7 billion. Let's see.
uh,
If you have
okay,
anything you want to train, maybe I can try on my
okay.
distance. Something related to
So
POC in our team.
yeah, I did my bits project on Mac Pro only, and that's one reason
Okay.
why I got Mac Pro, because I needed to build something locally, and that time I didn't have any cloud access. So my
Mm.
bits file was built on that. So fortunately, I was able to run the Mistral 7B on my
Yeah, I
laptop.
also tried. Yeah, I also run Mr. 7B Mac Pro 2.
Yeah,
Ravi, what about Mac Air? It doesn't have the GPU, right? Mac Air. Have the older
Mac
one. Mac.
Air, Mac Air, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
iPad.
You
no.
can
I just wanted to
you
check.
can try MSI also. There's MSI laptop that have NVIDIA GPUs
Okay.
1650.
Mhm.
Uh, I think that is one option you can try.
Mm. Okay.
Nalin, you are saying 128 GB, right?
Yeah, I
GPU?
have 128, the latest one, the MacBook M4 Max with 128 GB RAM and I think 18 CPU and some 40 GPU cores.
40 GPU.
Mhm. But despite of 40 GPU, you can only use one based on the architecture that they have. It's not as good as NVIDIA GPU,
Yeah.
but it will
Okay.
be good for our internal these things, POCs and practice things.
You said
No, if you
still
are
seven.
using only 1 GB, then is it of any use? I mean, I can see laptops with 4 GB GPU and all, no?
Yeah, 4 GB GPU. So those are basically NVIDIA. I mean, the graphical processor, they have their own GPU, own memory actually. And those comes with 8 GB, 16 GB max, um, unless it is a server or something like that. But here in MacBook Pro, it's a shared memory basically. 128 GB memory is shared across your CPU and GPU,
Yes.
not specific to the GPU. It's a different
Mm.
architecture.
I don't have 128. I have only 36 GB, but
But
that
still, that is
that
good. Yeah,
that works for me. So
yeah.
this is my configuration I can share.
I
But
had
36
So,
GB,
I had
David, how much
M2.
as you have GPU?
I have 36 GB as GPU, and Yeah, but this I'm able to.
M3
This is
Pro.
shared
Yeah,
one.
M3 Pro is still good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so
So
which
this
version of Mac you are using? It's what's the
It's M3 Pro,
This is
Mac
36
MacBook
GB.
Pro.
Pro? Okay, okay, got it.
Okay, right. So can we get started then, guys? I think
Sure, sure.
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
all. Okay, right. Okay. I think I'll start with the problem statement, right? Um, what I'm trying to build, right? So first of all, my objective is to read, the PDF, right? And basically, I'm trying to create the co-pilot for network operations team in my company, right? So we have network operations. They have so many. Imagine network operations working with so many different devices, different model. Each devices, there are different ways to troubleshoot. There's plethora of document which they have to search and you know find out how to fix this problem on this particular device of this model, right? So for that purpose, they needed a GenAI-based solution where they can just ask GenAI saying that, okay, this device is down. Tell me what should I do? And it will list down all the steps, right? But it's not about text. So it's about both text, images, tables, or any other um, information that flow charts, which is there. It should be able to read all those things, right? Um, so imagine creating almost a knowledge article with all this information extracting from the relevant vendor document. And this is where the use case comes from multimodal. Now, if you want to read about multimodal, I think the NVIDIA has very good article on this, right?
Mhm.
I'll ping here. They're very uh, clearly explained what is multimodal, so you can refer this one, right? Uh, just to give you an example, what I'm trying to do, this is the exact use case that I'm trying to build for my area, right? So here is a web page, but it could be anything. It could be PDF or any other document for that matter. So you extract it, clean it, and then there are two pipelines, right? Once you extract images, another you extract text, right? Um, if it is image, the journey is very simple. You have a text, then you split the text, create chunk, and then those chunks you embed it, and after embedding, you store in your vector database, right? This is very simple. The challenge comes when you have image, right? So once you have image, right, then you have to create image description or image meta data, what is what we call it, right? And see if what kind of image is that, right? Is it a chart or a plot, right? Because if it is a chart or a plot, then it means that it has some numerical value. And I have seen with some of the models, especially from using the Llama Cloud framework, what it was able to do is whatever chart data you have, right, or line graph, it was able to convert that into tabular data, right, very neatly, uh, and that you can embed and then store. Okay, so even you was able to extract that kind of information, right? Uh, and if it is not chart or plot, then it goes to image. It creates a different description and then stores and embedded. But at the same time, I have a more use case where it's a flow chart, right? Then flow chart is converted to different format, which is what we call it mermaid format. And we were able to do that with Llama Cloud. So this is where you can see this is a multimodal architecture where you will have to try um, splitting and perform different tasks basically um, between text, images, right? Um, and then embed and store it. So this is one journey where you extract the data out of the PDF and then store in your vector store. The second journey is a retrieval part, right? Then you inference it, retrieve it, and while retrieving also, what's challenging is how do you combine all this information. If you have to just give text output, it's pretty simple, but then you have to combine text, images, and flowchart. Then it becomes very, very challenging because you have to build intelligence in your solution, which will tell it that, all right, this is the image, this is exactly this image replaced, right? For example, this is an image, right? So how would LLM know that this image has to replace exactly after this text? So those kind of challenges are there, which I'm trying to solve, right? And hopefully in subsequent discussion, I would be able to demo that if I'm able to solve that problem, right? Um, so yeah, this is what I'm trying to build. I hope that makes sense for everyone. Or if you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah. Hey, Ravi, I just wanted to brief what you're saying. So your ultimate goal is to get read the PDF file, and then you need to process that, right? Based on the
Yes.
requirement. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and it's not going to be just text. It
Okay.
imagine like you, imagine like you're working on some application and you don't know how to fix a problem application. You ask LLM, tell you what to do for this, and LLM should be able to not only generate text, but it's a complete document kind of thing, which has text, images, flowchart, everything.
Mhm.
So it makes your job very easy, and it's very easy for you to understand and work on that. The other
So,
challenge which I have is, sorry, yeah,
yes, please go ahead, Ravi. I have one question, so I'll ask that.
okay. So other challenge I have, guys, is accuracy. So we have to be very, very sure that whatever we are generating is highly accurate, and with large language models, we know there's a chance of hallucination. So that's something also I have one thing that I need to work on is because if, let's say, there is some issue and there's some command that we have to generate to fix that issue, that command cannot go wrong, because if it goes wrong, imagine that command being fired on a production system. It could be a big problem. So yeah,
So, Ravi, actually, I mean, a few months back, I read somewhere that we're not able to read all the images in the PDF, all types of images. There are certain images, uh, uh, you know,
you
this
can
RAG.
give me that
Mhm,
PDF. You can give me that
mhm,
PDF because I
mhm.
have written a very custom code. It's
Okay.
my own code.
Mhm. Yeah.
It doesn't use Gen AI. It doesn't use Gen
Mm.
AI, but I'm
Okay.
able to extract all images. So I can
Okay.
try it
Okay.
out.
Okay. Okay.
It's a very
Maybe
simple
that
code.
problem has gone. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can share it with me because I'm able
Mhm.
to extract all the images from PDF. There I am
Mhm.
not seeing a problem, right?
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
But you feel free to send me in PDF if you come across and say, Ravi, I'm not able to extract text or
Mhm.
images out of
No.
this. There are some challenging PDF, and I can show you maybe if time permits.
Mhm.
But that's with the text, not with the
Okay.
images.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
So
Ravi, sorry, if you have,
yeah,
yeah, I have one more follow-up question. Sorry, if it is too a silly question, excuse me.
no
My
worries. No
question is,
question is silly.
yeah, yeah, I just try to understand the thing. Say, for example, you process the PDF, right? Are you going to store it anywhere here, anywhere in a DB or something like that? The
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
process or
So I think we will we will see this journey
mhm,
as we go ahead, right? So
okay.
basically, at first, just give me 1 second. I'm getting one call. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Um, sorry guys. Just give me 1 second.
Hello. I think Ravi is busy or something.
He said he received a call.
Oh. Did anyone work on this? I think nobody has worked similar to what he's doing, right?
Right. No, I haven't worked, but I'm not sure about others.
What about Selva, Aman, Sunrit?
No, not worked on this similar use case. Type
It's
of
trying to,
flowchart.
yeah,
Means
float
not
chart and
exactly
images,
similar,
right?
but somewhat similar.
Hey guys, sorry, there was escalation. Can't avoid it.
Oh.
Uh, right. Okay. Let me reshare my screen. Okay. Um, so what I'm going to show today is as a part of multi-modal RAG development. I'm doing I have done the text part first. Then in next 1 or 2 weeks, I'll be finishing the image part. So basically, text embedding retrieval, then image embedding retrieval, and the third stage, which is the final stage, a more complicated one, is to combine this text and image responses and generate one response, right? And as and when I will progress, I'll have a discussion with you guys, share what I have found out and what I'm doing, right? Success and failure, whatever it is. So this is how I'm trying to build on Amazon Bedrock, so we can upload data, and data is then this data you can store in file system or in S3 bucket, and then we'll chunk it, we'll embed it, and store in vector store, and then we can ask any questions. So that questions will be then looking for do the similarity search, which we have read in our MTech. So basically, to look for cosine similarity, we'll try to find out what are all the chunks here relevant to our questions, and based on that similarity search, we will get the relevant answers, and those relevant answers then will go to LLM, and then LLM will generate the final response, and that will be given back to the user, right? So that's how the journey is going to be. And this is a simple RAG. There's no fancy stuff in here. And as and when I'm going to develop it, possibly this is going to be more and more complicated. We'll be adding more and more pipelines, right? So this is a document I have chosen for RAG. So this is Google's Green Data Center Network POP case study. So basically, Google has shown a use case how they can save the energy for data centers. And this document has a lot of things. It has you know uh, some measures of energy like PUE, the formula, um, images, right? This kind of images, right? Some tables are also there, you know. So yeah, it has these information. Now, what I have done here is, first of all, I have imported all the libraries that we need. So these are the libraries, commonly used library, and I have put that in my requirements.txt. Basically, I need Boto 3. So Boto 3 you would need if you are using the AWS foundational models to connect to them. That's provided by AWS. And then you would need AWS CLI for local development. For example, let's say I want to develop something on my laptop, but I want to use the models which is in Bedrock on AWS, right? I would need AWS CLI, and basically there are some configuration that you have to do. You have some keys, and you have to install this AWS package. And you can see you have to put your keys over here, and then you can see here that this is connected with my profile called AWS development, right? So it is directly connected to the AWS cloud. So whatever I develop here, I run here. It will run locally, but for
foundational model, it will connect to AWS. So yes, you would need this AWS CLI, PyPDF to read and load PDF. Then LangChain is the framework that I'm using. There are two popular framework. I think you guys might be aware that is popularly being used in Java. One is LangChain, and another one is Llama Index, right? Um, Streamlit is again a library which I'm using to create UI. Uh, FAS CPU. So FAS is Facebook's um, embedding algorithm, quite good. You can read about FAS. So it's Facebook's AI similarity search. Again, it's based on similarity search, but it's quite good, right? It solves like limitations of traditional query search engines that are optimized for hash searches and provides more scalable similarity search functions. So this is what I have been trying to use, right? So yeah, these are my dependencies which I put in here. And coming back to my app, so these are just nothing but I'm importing all the required libraries what I need. So I think till here it's all import which I'm doing, right? The actual code starts from here. So as I said, like if you have to connect to Bedrock, right? Because or you might have to connect to, if you have local GPU, then you what I prefer is Olama, right? I can connect to my Olama instance as well. It's a quite good platform if you are familiar with. Um, so the Olama itself locally in my MacBook, you can see it is providing me a couple of LLMs like Llama 3. This is for encoding. And then this is LLM which are customized by me. So there's nothing like that exists. And then we have Mixtral and Mistral, both, right? So you can even use your local LLMs if you want to, and this is where you can configure it. But since I want to connect to Bedrock, I'm going to provide the configuration details. So what I have done is I've added my configuration details in a config.json where I have mentioned about the Bedrock region. So I have access to London, which is EU West U2, and then I'm going to use the Cloudy model parameter. So because we are using Cloudy LLM, so we'll fill in from parameter like anthropic version, how many tokens we want, temperature is 0 because we don't want it to create it something, right? Temperature, if you increase the value means it will increase the innovation capability of LLM. It can try to innovate and think of its own and try to generate things, right? Even though it is not there. So if you are looking for accuracy and not to generate something by its own, then make it 0. Top K, when you retrieve your information from the your vector database, then based on similarity search, you may get various kinds of responses. One response, two response, three response, n number response. So how many responses you want, how many similar chunks you want, that something is controlled by here, like 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever it is, right? I'm not sure if I'm going too fast, guys, but please feel free to stop me if I'm going fast and if you're not understanding it. So these are some configuration. There are a couple of more which I think we'll come back and see. So there's something called multimodal LLMs. So there are different LLMs on AWS, and how you can see is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with AWS, but if I log into my AWS instance, just give me a second. I have two-layer authentication, so I have to get my MFA code. Okay, I don't have access, so I have to switch my role. I'll go to POC admin, POC admin, and then so if I go to SageMaker, not SageMaker, sorry, Bedrock. Um, and then I can go to my model catalog where I can see different models that is available. So you can see different model which is available, right? So you have Cloud 3.5 Sonnet, Cloud 3 Haku, and Cloud 3 Sonnet, and some are not available here because I'm in a different region, Ireland. So if you change the region, the model availability will also change because not everything is present everywhere. So if I go to London, I would see a couple of more models that is available for me, right? So you can see I have access to Sonnet and Titan embedding, so you can see a lot of models are available here. Now, if you have to fill this information, like these are nothing but model ID. So how you can get is that, for example, if you want to check for Cloud 3 Haiku, you can go inside this and you can see here what is model ID. Get this information. In fact, you can get the API request as well for this model. So when you request how to make a request API call, you can get what are parameters like model ID is there, content type, and anthropic version is Bedrock, this max tokens, right? So all this information are defined here. So while I was trying to build this, I thought it's good to place all this in a configuration and I can reuse from here. So that's how I have got these values, like their model IDs, right? So coming back to the code, so what I have done is I have just read my configuration, which I've just shown you, and read time what I have put like 1,000 seconds, and then I'm creating a Bedrock instance using Boto3 library. So it's creating a Bedrock client, right? And this is service name Bedrock runtime, and region is EU West 2. You can see the region here, which is EU West 2 because London belongs to EU West 2, and this is where I have access to all the models. So this is important. If you don't give, it won't be able to connect. And then config is equal to config, which is I've given here as a read timeout. So this will create your Bedrock client. It's just like how you create a database, so you need to have a database client. So this is how you create a Bedrock client to interact with whatever model AWS exposes us, right? Then it comes to embedding part. So for embedding also we create an instance of Bedrock embeddings. Now this is a part of the LangChain library. You can see here LangChain community embeddings are imported Bedrock embedding. But in case if you're not using LangChain, let's say if you're using Llama Cloud, this function will change. So you have to be aware of this. So with Bedrock embedding, you have to pass the model ID. So I'm using Titan text version 2 embedding. You can see here, this is what I'm using for embedding, right? Titan text embedding version 2. Client, this is a client. I have already created a client here for Bedrock, so this I can specify. So now I have created a Bedrock client. I have created the embedding class for it, right? Now there are some certain functions that I have created, for example, for data ingestion, right? Which is reading your PDF. It's simple. You use PyPDF library, and you specify the folder where you have kept all the your PDF. So if you look at my structure in under doc, I have kept all my PDF. So this is only one, right? Which is there. Then you call its loader function. Basically, it's loads document. And then you call text splitter. Now this is where your actual chunking is happening. So if you remember the diagram which we're referring to, right, which is nothing but text splitter and then chunk, and then embedding. So this is where your actual chunking is happening. This is again recursive character text splitter is your LangChain library, and I'm again letting you know if you change your library, let's say you go to Llama Cloud, this function will change. So you have to refer to that. So yeah, this is nothing but creating a chunk size of 10,000 and chunk overlap is 1,000. This important concept of overlap. Why do you want to overlap is because you want to build relationship between chunks, right? So let's say if you're extracting 10,000 characters and you have overlap of 1,000, which means other chunk, the next chunk will have 1,000 common character between the previous chunk, and that's how you can relate that after this chunk is coming, right? So it creates that relation, and that's the reason we give overlap.
Hi, Ravi, yeah.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
sorry for interrupting. Just one.
No,
Is
no,
this
no
the
worries.
means, yeah? Is this chunk size and overlap producing good result? Means, or have you like tried with other sizes as well, or just like
No, I have not. So, and again, I think this is something which we have to fine tune, which is we have asked a pretty right question, right? This we have to try it out, right? Which I have not experimented more. Right now, my focus is to create pipelines, multiple agent pipeline, and then
definitely
I will start fine tuning it. Yeah,
fine tuning and improve?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So, so this is how you create chunk, and then you put all this split documents under doc, and then you're returning this entire chunk. I think it's list or dictionary. Yeah, it's a list. So entire chunk in the list, and this you're returning as a part of data ingestion function, right? Then comes the vector embedding. So we have done chunking. Now we have to embed. So this is where you'll use a FAS, right, from Facebook. You will pass this docs, which you have just, which is a list of nothing but list of your chunk, and you pass your bedrock embedding, which using which you will embed. But it's pretty simple, right? This simple thing, right? And then you save this embedding in local as fast index. So once I run this, what you will see is my index will be created like this. Index log fast and index log pkl file. These will be created once I run this. Since I have ran it already, so it is there. But even if I remove it, this will be recreated. Every time I run it, this will get recreated. So this is my local vector store. I'm not using Postgres or ChromaDB or anything as of now, right? But in production, I have to use. So this approach will change. Okay, so I think this would have understood. So now we have done till embedding. Then this is the function to call the LLM, right? So you can see here, I'm creating the chat bedrock. Again, this is chat bedrock is LangChain function, and here I'm passing the model name, which is my Anthropic Cloud 3 Sonnet. Beta use converse API equal to true. I forgot why I was using beta converse. There's two functions here. Okay, so okay, so there are multiple parameters here, if I remember correctly. One, if I go to chat bedrock. Right. So beta was converse API equal to true means even those APIs or those LLMs which are beta version, they will also be accepted, right? That's why I have put this as true. So basically, this is nothing but just create a LLM instance from the LLM API from the AWS, right? So and you can check description also, right? Um, uh, yeah, you can provide even the credentials, but what I have done is this I have configured in AWS CLI, so I don't have to provide credentials. As I've shown, I have set up AWS CLI, so there I have given credentials one time, and using that it connects every time, so I don't have to specify explicitly in the code. Right, so we have created this is function to just return you an LM API. Now comes your prompting. This is very important, right? So how do you define your prompt template? This is quite pretty standard template of prompt. So you can see here, this is commented. I'm providing a prompt saying human use following pieces of context to provide a concise answer to the question with detailed explanation. If you don't know the answer, just say you don't know. Don't try to make up the answer. This is to make sure that it doesn't hallucinate, right? Then in my context, there will be two parameters. One will be your context, So in my prompt, there will two parameters. One will be context and one will be question. So you have, whenever you see something given in curly bracket in your prompt template, it means it is a parameter and it will be replaced later on when actually prompt will be generated. So this is just a template, right? But when actual prompt gets generated, these things replaced with say question replaced with your question user query, and the context gets replaced with the chunks that is being retrieved from the vector database, right? So this is my prompt, and then I'm creating a prompt template here. Again, this is prompt template is your LangChain library. And each library has different way of how they define. So this prompt template, when I'm defining, I'm passing this template which I've defined here. So this prompt template passing here, and then I have to pass input variables. There are two variables here, context and question, that I have to pass, right? Okay, then get response from element. So this is nothing but my retriever. So this is actually going to give you response back. Here you will pass, of course, LLM, because this LLM which we have defined here, that, yeah, here. So whatever we have defined here, that will be passed here, and then vector store is my fast, and then user query is my question. So these three things you have to pass: your LLM, your vector store, and your query. Now what we are doing here is we are using retrieval QA of the, again, this is again function from the LangChain, right, which you have provided, right? And we are passing here LLM. Chain type is stuff. So there are different chain type which LangChain is defined. Stuff means whatever chunks we are getting, just send them as a part of your context, right? The name itself is stuff, just stuff it, right? So everything it will put into context. Then we have retriever as our vector store, which is fast, right? And search type we are mentioning is similarity search. And what should be so when you do similarity search, you get many results. So let's say you're interested in top 3, top 4, top 5, whatever, you define it here. So 3 means top 3. Okay. So this is your function for getting your LLM response. And what are we returning? Returning the source document equal to true. So this will return this source of document, and there are chain type argument where we have to pass the prompt, this prompt which we have created, right? Then to get the answer, we are calling this QA object which we have defined here, and we're passing the query, and then it is finally returning the answer. So this part of code, which is again using almost all the functions of LangChain, is done to use the LLM and get the results out of it, right? Okay. So this is the main code of or say the backend code, which is doing the thing. Now comes the UI part. So basically, this is my main function where I'm specifying the path of the folder to load my config, right? And then I'm using Streamlit. So wherever you see ST is the object of Streamlit which I've created, and I'm setting the page title, page header, and input text where you can see start. I think maybe I can show you the UI. So this is how it looks like. You can see the page title and header, and then this is something where you will start typing, right? So this message will come initially, start message. Then you have sidebars. This is sidebar thing where you have a update or create vector store title, and then you can put a button over here as vector update. So once you click on vector update, it will start the chunking and embedding part. So you need to, I have added a spinner which will spin till the things are done. So basically I'm calling the data ingestion function which we created to return the list of docs, and then those list of docs are finally embedded and stored in as a FIAS index. Once it is done, then I'm printing just done, right? Then we have a button called cloud output. So what you do basically here is, again, I have a spinner, and then what I'm doing is I'm loading this FIAS index, and I'm getting the LLM instance as well. And then for response, the function which we have created here, get response, here I'm passing the LLM, FIAS index, and the query, right? The user query, whatever is there. That's it. And then it writes a response and done, right? That's all I have done here. So now it is a Streamlit application. What we have to do is so I'll run Streamlit run app2.py. So this will rerun the app. Step one is I can do a vector update. So it will start the chunking and creating the index, right? So you can see here the FAS index is invoked and it started embedding. So it is done. Now we can ask any questions. So let's say,
Sorry, I have one question. So, have you uploaded the PDF already, or which?
yes. So PDF is under my docs folder.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
Right, and here we were when we were loading the index, we have passed the folder path. So if you
Okay.
see here in data ingestion part, when you use a pipe PDF loader, right, it has a path thing, right? So
Yeah.
it will take a doc and whatever is there under that, it will embed it.
Okay. So I can have more than one documents, right, over there. It's not.
You can, yeah. You can add any, yeah, any document, right? So here's a term called POE, which I don't know. So let's ask it. What is POE? Okay, so I don't know why it didn't response me twice, but here's what it is giving me result. Based on conspire PO stand for power usage effectiveness, it's measure of blah blah blah. So let's give me this answer, right? It has given some detailed answer, okay, as well. Okay, because I think it's because of my prompting, because which could have confused it, because I've asked for concise answer, then a detailed explanation, so it have got confused what to give, right? So it's giving both. Okay.
So prompt engineering is the main thing, right, Ravi?
Yeah, prompt engine is important, but I would not
Okay.
say main thing. Main
Okay.
thing is your embedding, not even LLM.
Okay.
The entire
Okay.
beauty lies in the better you embed, the better will be response. So this is very basic embedding, but why I wanted to show you guys, because now I will enhance on top of this. I will show you like what strategies possibly I adopt, where I have failed, where I have success. So those things we'll have to try it
Just
out.
one question.
Yeah.
Can you just ask on this one? I understood this is excellent. Can you just ask any question regarding any image? Uh, how that
Image,
is
nothing will happen for image for now. Nothing will happen. It will not work. Image part I have not integrated yet, so nothing will happen right now. I can ask some other questions, so which is not relevant. So tell me about India, Australia. Just series. Let's see what it gives. Yeah, so it's not hallucinating. See, this is important because I've kept
Okay.
temperature as 0. Because whatever context I've given, it's not there, so it will not give you the answer.
So
this
you
is
look for the
important.
PDF, and then if has any
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So it will not.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Because right now it is trained for text, so we'll ask. There are some best practices. It has mentioned best practice 1, 2, 3. So best practice. How should I answer? Explain best practices.
So if you have more than 10 documents, it will collectively search and give the result. Is that so?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It will look because it creates chunk and store in chunk.
Okay.
So it doesn't
Okay.
differentiate.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is what I asked. What are the best practices? So now let's compare. So first best practice is measuring performance. You can see it as put up measuring performance, continuously measure IT equipment energy, blah blah blah. Calculate power usage effectiveness PUE, IT equipment, then calculation of PUE is there. Measure PUE long period. Second is optimizing airflow. Optimizing airflow. Third is tuning of the thermostat. So thermostats information. Something is POP, right? We don't know what is POP. Let's ask it. What is POP? So yeah, it has given some information on POP as well, right? Let's ask this question like to optimize cooling and reduce energy. We took these steps. So you can ask what step has been taken to cool and reduce energy usage. Right? Let's ask this question. See, this is one of the problem PDF. This is what I want to show you guys. If you notice here, there was no dot in between, but when you copy and paste it, there's dot coming in. This is a problem I'm getting when I'm creating chunks and parsing. This is one of the problems. I told you there are no issues with images, but there are problem with PDF. This is a problem. I can show you also when I parse it. First of all, I was not able to figure out what has happened, but then I realized it's a PDF issue itself. Okay, let's ask this question and see. Right, so it has given the response. Let's see what establish critical monitoring, optimize air vent tiles, increase temperature and relative humidity settings, contained UPS, improve CRC, etc. Right. So yeah, I think it's doing the job with the text part, right? For detailed answer.
What is being taken?
Right. So yeah, this is what I want to show. I think I have also told you that I have created my own code for not image extraction. I think it is for entire PDF extraction. It's a different project which was extract, and this is without using LLM. I was using the PDF plumber to extract the image, text, and basically it was converting entire PDF into Markdown file and also storing images separately. So this is something I can load this. This might not run in this environment. I have to load it separately. This was a project. Maybe I have to load this. I don't know where it went away. Yeah, here you go. So this one, what is you do is, for example, this was some cancer research paper I was trying with, and then it was able to extract all the images um, without any issues. And you can see it has the document name, page number, and image counter as well, which image is there. So it was effectively able to store. So for me, what I would try to do is now create a metadata for images, like where this image lies, which page number, what it refers to, some text before its image, so that I can link it with some chunk, right? So and then I think somebody asked, right? Can you ask question based on images? So then if I ask question based on images, I will get some better response or some response. Right now I will not get any response. So this is something I'm trying to do. This is work to do. So this is the code for this one. This again, this the only library I have used is PDF Plumber, and then apart from that, it's completely written by me. My logic is there. For extracting, it's also been extracting tables. So if I show the MD files, let's see if you look at this MD files, this is the output of text part, right? It extracts text in this format from PDF, and it is not going to put image, but it will at the end of page it will give the image hyperlink. You know. So this is how it is parsing.
Is it your office work, or can you share this script and images for image extraction?
So this one is my personal
yeah.
work, right?
Yeah. Can you share this after this call? This for PDF number 1.
Yes, I can share this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think that's all I have from my end. Right.
Hey Ravi, one quick question. So if I have any in my project or doubt or something, can I reach out to you? No, I'm not asking the end-to-end result. Just
yeah, sure. I think if you have any question, just ping me on WhatsApp.
Okay, sure.
Okay, fine. Yeah. I think that GenAI group I've asked her from Manoj, because if somebody has any questions or anything they're stuck, they can ask there and we can help each other.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, great. Then if nothing else, we can close this call then.
Yeah. Thanks, Ravi, for the great session. Thanks, Manoj, for
Thank you.
arranging.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Sure,
Bye.
thank you.